This right here is my favorite thing ever in the history of forever. I think about this every day. I think about this all night long. I stay awake, not sleeping, because I'm thinking about this.
Fallout 4 recently got a brand new next-gen update, and it is interesting. The update has added many new items to the wasteland as well as some old ones. However, I'm here to focus on one in particular. If you've read the title, then you know what it is. Today I'm going to figure out if you can beat Fallout 4 with only makeshift weapons. It all started on a beautiful morning. I picked out my favorite mustache, took a survey, played with my son's mobile, challenged my wife to a foot race, and got frozen like a popsicle. My wife was sadly allergic to hot lead. I de-thawed like a mustached turkey, and I watched as a rad roach ate shit. I was able to grab my Pip-Boy and emerge into the wasteland, ready for my makeshifty adventure. Right out of the gate, I am bombarded by new quests, but the one that we're looking for is When Pigs Fly. I make my way to the quest marker where I find the merchant in one of the most chaotic parts of the map and working out of a garage. This man is going to be your best friend, as he is the main seller of the brand new makeshift weapons, and is the guy who sells the most of the brand new ammo types that come with these weapons. The first weapon I got is the nail gun, which is the same type that you can find in Fallout New Vegas. I've never used the nail gun in that game, but I must say, I am not very impressed with the Fallout 4 version. The range is abysmal, and I basically have to be point blank in order to hit anything. Although I suppose that makes sense due to it being a nail gun. After getting shredded by a turret and getting my leg blown off, I decided to search the surrounding area for scrap in order to buy ammo for my second weapon, the saw blade launcher. A large metro-looking weapon with a pressure gauge that truly looks like a makeshift weapon. Heading back to the raiders, I gave them an up-close and personal look at my saw blade launcher. It got a bit too toasty. My second shot did not go any better.
Oh, hell no!
Phew, that was a close one. Shit. Okay, let's try this again. What the f***? Hopping back into the game, I make my way into the plaza and tried my best to be a sneaky little snake. After introducing the butt of my gun to the raider's nose, I am kneed so hard that my goddamn arm blew off. What the fuck? I was low on ammo, but that didn't stop me from bum rushing two guys and absolutely destroying them. In the room, I found a brand new piggy bank mine, as well as a brand new pipe grenade launcher, along with 20 40mm grenades. I got to test out the new grenade launcher.
Nice.
I made my way to some more brand new weapons, where I see one of the worst chokes I've ever seen. He was so embarrassed that he does my job for me. Well, damn. Well, hello there. They made a goddamn fat man that launches ham from Toy Story. I made my way back to the merchant, who is being attacked by the last few henchmen, and I deal with them the only way I know how. My way of doing things came with some unfortunate— ooh, hello there. I'm just kidding. I reloaded my save and dealt with the henchmen in a much safer way. I was able to keep the merchant alive, whose name is Suggs, by the way, and he rewards my fine work with a legendary grenade launcher. This weapon packs a punch for enemies and myself. I'll get into that later. It's a good idea to keep Suggs alive because he's the best source of new ammo that you will need for the makeshift weapons. Each new weapon in this update comes with a brand new ammo type, and aside from the baseball launcher, every ammo type is fairly rare. Speaking of the baseball launcher, I love this thing so much. That is all the new weapons that come in this update, and they're all a part of my arsenal now. Let's get into it. After saying hello to my resident megachurch, I made my way to Diamond City and found myself a better nail gun than the one I had. After that, I made my way to Good Neighbor to see if Cleo had anything to offer, but I was chased inside by a feral ghoul who was dealt with quickly. I had the scariest staring contest of my life before I rushed out of there and headed to Park Street Station in order to actually start the main quest. I barreled my way through the station, shoving my baseballs down the throats of unsuspecting gangsters. I saved a can that was stuck in limbo and introduced what 40mm grenades taste like before giving one of them a good smack in the teeth. I played baseball with a gangster, gave them a new piggy bank, and tried to teach them how to catch a ball. It didn't go well. I said goodbye to the pretzel, saved Dino from the little black book, and finally rescued Nick's shiny ass. The rest of the vault was a piece of cake, and I was able to confront not-so-skinny Malone. Damn, let's try that again. Just a little more to the left. Me and Nick escaped, and I make a quick stop at Suggs to stock up on ammo before making my way to Nick's detective agency. After speaking with Nick, we go and break into a bald man's apartment. Unable to unlock the door, I make my way to the mayor's secretary, but the elevator was far too slow, and I got a bit impatient. Taking my time next time, I smooth talked the secretary, raided a bald man's apartment, and then immediately traveled back to Sanctuary, scrapping anything I could get my hands on in order to upgrade my arsenal as much as I could. I decided that I'd be siding with the Minutemen for this run, and made my way over to Concord in order to rescue Garvey's little party. I massacred my way through the raiders outside before blitzing through the rest of the inside. Talking with Garvey gave me access to a set of power armor, which I used to glorious effect against the remaining raiders. I slapped the Deathclaw in the face with my baseballs, and for a second, it looked like it was working. Until he rushed me, and I panicked a little bit. Trying again, I decided to go all in with my high-speed balls, spanking them against Gristle's ass until he goes flying. He wasn't the only victim. Have I mentioned how much I love this thing? The sound attracted the Deathclaw, who was able to use the goddamn force. I noped out of there real quick. Countless baseballs and a couple grenades later, I was able to take down the majestic beast. I treated its body with the honor and dignity it deserved. I returned to Garvey, took them to Sanctuary, and finally started the Minutemen quest line. I spent the next hour working on settlement quests until my weapons didn't quite feel powerful enough, and I believed what I needed was to unlock the gunsmith perk, even though I didn't have enough intelligence for the perk. I found a way by the way of the Boston Library, a veritable war zone, and the home of the intelligence bobblehead, which unlocked the perk I needed. And with all the enemies I destroyed on the way, I had more than enough skill points to spend. Finally, I made my way to Fort Hagen to confront Kellogg, ripping through his synths like tissue paper until one of the synths picked up one of the brand new grenade launchers and one-shotted me, sending me straight back to the start of the building. Making my way to where I died, I didn't even get to see the asshole before I got destroyed. Trying again, I am bombarded by multiple explosions, and I tried fighting back with my baseballs, only for me to be destroyed once again. Fuck it! I decided to play fire with fire, letting me get through the trigger-happy synth and made my way down to the man I came to see. Shit, hold on. Much better. With Kellogg done for, I picked his brain and escaped only to find I made my way to another settlement, sending a Mirelurk to fucking space, and spoke with the 16th president about the group of fire-worshipping weirdos just down the road. His son Jake joined the raiders and took the family's sweet fire sword as a bargaining chip. I made my way through the raiders and shoved a piggy bank down their leader's throat. I pulled Jake out of the explosion and brought him unharmed to his family and gained a brand new settlement. After that last fight, my ammo was running low and I was getting tired of returning to Suggs all the damn time to resupply. So I decided to spend a few days in-game to acquire enough ammo so I wouldn't have to come back. It didn't work. I completed more settlement missions until I'm finally given the mission to take the castle back for the Minutemen. I waited until the sun came up before talking with Garvey and devising a plan of attack. Me and the other Minutemen set up a firing squad at the blasted out section of the wall and ripped into the Mirelurks roaming the courtyard. My grenade launcher made short work of them, and when the Mirelurk queen showed her ugly mug, I grabbed my heavy artillery. Well, that didn't go as planned. Trying again. damn it. Keeping my distance next time, it takes 2 piggy bank bombs and a shot from my grenade launcher before the beast finally went down. I spent some time looting the castle before making my way over to Goodneighbor in order to progress in the main story. I pulled the week-old brains out of my pocket, sat in the VR pod, and...
The earliest intact memory I can find.
I'm awake, sorry, what happened? I walked out of the Dream Lounge, upgraded my weapons back at Sanctuary, and then immediately fast traveled to Diamond City to start my journey to the glowing sea. I even helped a person out on the way. I came upon a park and was sniping ghouls with my grenade launcher, and I think one of my grenades clipped a Brotherhood vertibird, making it hostile to me. I fired off a couple of shots at the vertibird, damaging its engine, when an uninvited guest joined the party.
Oh, fuck!
I got a badass shot as I fired on the Deathclaw, but it didn't do much damage, and I was forced to make a mad dash to a building. I proceeded to take pot shots at the Deathclaw from safety, until the beast went down, and with a couple more grenades, the vertibird joined him. I made my way to Virgil's cave before heading off to the Grintech Genetics to find myself a Courser chip. Oh, there's one! With the Courser chip in hand, I headed over to Suggs for one last mega haul before making my way to the railroad in order to get the chip decoded. I didn't really feel like joining them this playthrough, so... With that dealt with, I decoded the Courser chip and returned to Virgil, gaining access to the teleporter schematics. I raced back to Sanctuary to construct the teleporter, and with a flash of light, I am transported into the Institute. I made my way through the sterile halls until ending up in the room where my completely real son stayed. After some masterful persuasion, I finally met the man behind my son's kidnapping. Without a second thought, I showed him the business end of my baseball launcher, and a couple more for good measure. Unable to bust my son out of prison, I booked my way out. With the Institute now my enemy, I hightailed it back to the castle in order to get the final few missions rolling. I talked with Ronnie Shaw, introduced a sentry bot to a high explosive ordnance, and even found a nifty little hat. I finished constructing one of Ronnie's big guns and let my inner chef come out as I mortared a parking lot. Finally, I reported back to Garvey about my progress, and he informs me of an imminent attack from the Institute. I raced back to the castle to shore up any of my defenses, and waited for the attack to come. Lasers fired off from the west, and I replied in turn with some grenades. With them finished, I sprinted to the opposite side, only to watch Garvey get his shit rocked. I continue to help fend off the castle when I get a bit too cocky and they are able to take me out. Does anyone remember when I talked about my grenade rifle being just as much of a danger to me as it was to my enemies? I lied. My true enemy is my dumb ass. My third attempt was closer, but they ultimately overwhelmed me. However, with some precision shooting and a piggy bank surprise, I was able to complete the defense of the castle and to enter the home stretch of the game. I learned how to infiltrate this institute from Sturgis, paid one last visit to our good friend Suggs, and made my way to the entrance of the enemy's home base. The Institute sewers was not that difficult to deal with, as I made my way through the absolute maze of corridors until finally finding the poop chute straight to the Institute. I kinda rhymed. With control of the teleporter, I beamed up Garvey and the other Minutemen and started our final assault. Me and the Garvey squad made our way through the back ways of the Institute with the utmost precision. Making it to the research lab, I throw my one and only piggy bank grenade into the gorilla enclosure, believing that would take care of them. I ran from the damn dirty apes and showed them the miracle of high-powered explosions firsthand. In the last mission of the game, I wanted to use all of the different weapons at least once before the end of this run. I even got to kill a legendary synth with my least favorite weapon. I made my way to Father's room, where I put him to bed and sounded the evacuation before shutting down the Institute's defenses. With another funny kill under my belt, me and the Minutemen made our way to the reactor room, where I set off a big bomb before getting a bit too trigger happy once again. Trying again, we take out the remaining synths, plant the bomb, and I'm able to save my real, completely human son with one last zap to my baseballs Me and the Minutemen are transported to the top of Trinity Tower, and I witnessed the end of the Institute to prove that yes, you can beat Fallout 4 with only makeshift weapons. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit, and leave suggestions to other challenge videos that you'd like me to do. I'll try my best. Love you guys. See ya.